Hey, folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's intraday analysis video, brought to you by the creators of proprietary price, pattern, and time methodology. Learn the PPT strategies and profit for life. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. All right, folks, into the action we go today on this Thursday, June 26th, 2014. Markets are taking a little bit of a hit today. Again, we have the S&P down 8 points, Dow down 76 points, NASDAQ down 17 on the day. Now, we are off the lows, and this was pretty amazing because in light volume, it's rare you see a bearish play kind of form and play out. But today we did see that. And again, you could see very, very clearly if I zoom out on this chart just a little bit. We had the big reversal on Tuesday. Wednesday, which was yesterday, we had that float up, which creates the bear flag in spirit of play. And then you had this big down move here right to double bottom. Now, usually in normal volume, the bearish pattern will play out even lower, and you'll see a bigger push down. Now, you're not seeing that today because, again, the volume is now very, very light. Early in the day, we had a lot of volume, but look at right now. I mean, look at the volume here. Now, why is the volume so light? Well, first of all, it's lunchtime. It's 1:20 p.m. Eastern time, so it's kind of towards the end of lunch. In addition, the U.S. is playing Germany in the World Cup, and I'm sure a majority of traders, including myself, have one eye on the TV and are watching that game. So that's just going to mean that it's very tough for any sort of more selling to come in and take over the market. Now, after the game, who knows? Maybe we'll see another wave of selling after the game. I don't know. But bottom line is, right now, you would not expect to see any sort of sell pressure in the market, and that's what we've seen. But again, you have to give credit to the market because even see this upward move here off of this down move. That's the in spirit of bear flag. It's very rare over the last couple of months that we see a sell off like that from that type of pattern. And again, it's not that the pattern's faulty, it's that the volume has been so light in the markets. But in any case, bottom line is markets are down across the board. We'll see if the U.S. wins. Does the market get a little bit of a bid? If it loses, does it see a sell? Right now, the U.S. is down 1-0 to Germany. And again, be interesting to see how that all plays out. A couple other things to note here to keep in mind. Number one, GoPro went public, GPRO, and that stock, again, is having a pretty nice move. It opened down here. Check this out here. It opened to the downside at around $28.70, and it went all the way to 33, and it's kind of just hovering right around this 31.5 level on the day. So pretty spectacular move on GoPro today at its first IPO day. Some stocks getting hit today. Bed Bath Beyond, BBBY, taking a massive hit here, and again, that's a result of what we're seeing here. Retail sales in some of these stores are not up to par. You can also see that on Elizabeth Arden, RDEN. Take a look at this, guys. Absolutely getting demolished today, down 18% on Elizabeth Arden, RDEN. So a lot of these retailers, I'm telling you guys, I mean, the Fed keeps on trying to tell us the economy's great, and listen, it's way better than it has been, but remember, GDP yesterday came out minus 2.9% for the first quarter. That's the final revision, minus 2.9%. That means we shrunk. The economy shrunk by 2.9% in the first quarter. Now, even if in the second quarter, third, and fourth quarter we do 4% or 5%, you're still not going to have a very good year of growth. And again, think about that, guys, is that early on, literally a month or two ago, the estimates from these so-called economists and analysts and even the Fed were saying we were going to grow 4% in 2014. There's no chance. To grow 4%, we would literally have to have 5 to 6% GDP the rest of the year. Okay? Well, really around 5%. But there's no way. Now, I do expect GDP at the end of the year, when you average in the 4 quarters, to probably be about 1%. But 1% is not good. Not good at all. So, interesting to see that. Interesting here, guys. Let me just jump back to the spiders here. I'm just seeing a couple interesting little things. Looks like we just got a buy program. So, a little bit of a buy program in the markets here, as we just shot up just a little bit. So kind of interesting to see there as the markets are gaining a little traction here and starting to move back up. And I'm not seeing anything specific that just triggered that. It looks like just a buy program on light volume. Look at the volume. But nonetheless, it is pushing the markets up very, very nicely. By the way, took 25% profit today. I repeat, I took 25% profit today on my first half of Chevron puts. And again, Chevron, guys, it's off its lows. When it was selling down here, I took it off the table. And again, this is the actual stock, but I had the puts. And members who have watched the daily analysis video, that's where I give out my put plays. They made nice money on that. Nice money. I know one member had, I think, 150 puts, and literally had an average price of like $1.10, $1.05, something in that range, and sold today near $2, almost 100% gain for that member right there, which is just awesome, absolutely awesome. All right. In any case, that's what we're seeing going on here in the markets. We talked about some stocks that are taking a hit. There are some stocks that are up decently today, but no major stories out there that I'm seeing. Again, oil stocks continue to be on the weaker side, as we've seen them pull back pretty nicely. Looking across the Dow right now down 50 points, so it has bounced back a little bit. DuPont, Cisco, Intel, pretty much a majority of stocks across the board are taking a little bit of a hit today. So interesting to kind of follow through on that, and we'll see how things go in the coming days. Now remember, tomorrow's Friday, and then next week is a short week because we have July 4th. So the volume, especially by Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, even Monday, I mean, in all fairness, a majority of traders are going to take all of next week off. So assuming there's no geopolitical issues, you should expect very light volume, and you really don't expect a sell-off. I personally won't expect a big sell-off. And the reason is because when the volume's that light and most traders are away, the only way that happens, a big sell-off happens, is if you have a major event, geopolitically, somewhere around the world, something happens at a major event, then yeah, the panic sets in. But aside from that, you expect everything here on Wall Street to be very, very quiet. Okay? Anything else on the radar? Let me just kind of scan through. I don't think there's much else here. Twitter's having a nice day today, or at least it was earlier. Still is. Highs of the day on Twitter up $2 and change. With GoPro going public today, a lot of the social media stocks are having a good day today. Facebook is just slightly positive, was up earlier today, but now moving back to the green side. LinkedIn LNKD is actually down a little bit, but now bouncing with the markets as we're seeing a nice little push on the SPY here. All right. Let me just scan through Qualcomm today. Qualcomm is up about 90 cents. And it's interesting here. You have a little bit of a trend line here that looks like we just broke above. But again, this stock's actually had a very poor performance. If you zoom out, markets are near their all-time highs, and Qualcomm has just been slowly floating down. First little decent bounce it's had in quite some time. And you can see it right there. Baidu, which had a great day yesterday, is under a little bit of pressure today, but it is even getting a bounce off the lows of the day. And Apple, AAPL, today, this is actually a decent bullish pattern here. But the problem is the markets are pushing up right now, and you're not seeing Apple push up. That's a problem. To me, that would be a warning sign. So just something to kind of keep an eye on there. All right, guys. I think that's about it right now. Nice buy program in the spiders, though. Take a look at this. I mean, that is a nice little... Someone must have made a comment of sorts there. That's the only kind of realization, or that's the only reason why you'd probably pop up that much. I'm not seeing anything jumping out at me that's happening, but obviously something is. Alibaba, by the way, just mentioned that they're going to be starting to trade when they debut in August. They're going to be trading under the symbol BABA, BABA, and they're going to be listed on the New York Stock Exchange. It's interesting with that. I wonder if a lot of these big stocks now are going underneath the New York Stock Exchange, and I wonder if Facebook's debut a few years ago, how kind of a disastrous debut that was, if that's kind of a culprit. And that's a shame for the NASDAQ, but I'm sure it'll make everything. Now really you'd want to be listed on the NASDAQ because they're going to make it perfect. I mean, it's gonna go off without a hitch for sure, based on how things are looking right now for them. So in any case, folks, not seeing much else. I'm going to go back to watching the game. And with any luck, we'll see the U.S. advance. And have a great afternoon, great evening, guys. Come join us here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. 25% profit first half on Chevron. And again, I'm going to be continuing to find new trades and new options trades to give out to members here at InTheMoneyStocks.com.